Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Guilty as Charged podcast. I just wanted to talk about the things that we're going to be dropping on our YouTube channel and on our Patreon page over the next couple of weeks, if not couple of months, depending on how long this takes me to get through. Usually we try to include as much as we can on this channel, not just as a podcast, but interviewing different players, bringing on different people, interviewing different people out in the field. But we also want to make this kind of a learning hub sort of thing where we give you guys, if we can, access to things that maybe you didn't have before. So on our Patreon page, we have all 22 from the year downloaded and uploaded to a Google Drive for you guys, that sort of thing. So in this particular case, what I want to talk about today is the Senior Bowl film. Last year we had a little bit of it. We had some one-on-one stuff, like all the Quinn Miners reps, for example. So we had that, a couple of other guys, but I have a little bit more time this year. And so we wanted to get as much out as possible and make it as accessible as possible. So if you're already on Patreon, you know this, but at the $3 tier or higher, we are going to be dropping. It was also on YouTube, by the way. I'll get to that in a second. So don't tune out now if you don't want to go to Patreon. But on Patreon, we have all of the bigger drills, if you will. So all the offensive line versus defensive line from the American team, all the offensive line versus defensive line from the national team, each day broken up, different links, different videos, all time stamped. I've actually been going through, as you can see here on this screen, and time stamping every single rep. So you can jump around those videos, no problem. Find the one you want, piece of cake. It's been a labor of love, if you will. It's going to take some time. I've just gone through the offensive line versus defensive line one-on-ones. I will be going through the corners versus receivers, the linebackers versus running backs and tight ends, that sort of thing. So that'll take some time. But right now, all the offensive line versus defensive line one-on-ones, those are up. Now, again, I'll get to the corners and wide receivers and so on. We may post the 7-on-7s. I don't know how much you guys are interested in that. Let me know if you are. But I do want to get the one-on-ones because everyone loves those. And then also the team drill. So 11-on-11 sort of stuff. For all the days, that will be up on our Patreon page for a while. I don't think that's going to be public on YouTube for a month at the very least. If you want to jump on that early ahead of free agency in February, of course, then go ahead and jump to our Patreon page. I'll link that in our description. So you can go ahead and find, all this stuff that you see here. The stuff that we will have on YouTube publicly, that's going to be our individual videos, our individual one-on-ones. So, right now, I'm sure you've already seen since I posted it this morning, we have all the Jermaine Johnson film up today. Just the one-on-ones. I think maybe we'll jump into like specific reps from the 11-on-11s if we can. Again, we'll see how much time we have. We'll see how invested I want to remain in this. But for right now, it's going to be Patreon's going to be all the the drills, the offensive line versus defensive line, everything kind of as a whole, all the team periods as a whole. Those will be on Patreon. You'll have links to everything. Like I said, you'll have access to the you can see here, you have access to all the timestamps as well. So you'll be able to fly through it, no problems. If you want to watch, Max Mitchell reps, why would you? I don't know. But if you want to watch Max Mitchell reps, you could jump right to that one. And it should be easy for you guys to watch. Of course, if you want to watch him versus Jermaine Johnson, you can skip there. It'll take you right to it. It should be pretty easy to access. So that is on our Patreon page. You can go ahead and jump on our Patreon page to get a hold of that. But then, of course, the individual stuff, there's like this Jermaine Johnson film. We're going to roll that out one at a time. We'll probably do, one video per day, maybe 2 videos per day if I have the time. It's going to take a while. Obviously, there are dozens and dozens of players. I would guess something like 100 actually players. I don't know if we'll get to all of them. I certainly want to do offensive line, defensive line / edge rusher, then probably wide receiver and corner, and then tight ends, linebackers, and running backs. Those are probably I'll get to last. But if I can, I will get to them. So that's just a quick update on what we're doing. So like I said, all the bigger picture stuff, I guess, the longer videos, the team drills, all the offensive line versus defensive line, that's going to be on our Patreon page, uploaded to YouTube, but only accessible through our Patreon page at the $3 per month tier or higher. Seems fair in my opinion. So we're going to have that. And then we're going to have all the individual stuff like Jermaine Johnson, all his one-on-one reps or whatever on our YouTube channel. That'll be uploaded regularly. So, if you want to follow me, I'll try to keep this as a thread so you can easily access everything that we post. So if you want to follow me at Tyler J. Shun on Twitter, you can. Obviously, you can follow the podcast account on Twitter. Whatever works, it should be available. So we'll try to share that with you guys. If there's something you would prefer that I do, other than make everything immediately accessible and free, let me know. If there's something you're really interested in, like, hey, I thought of this idea, this could be really interesting, go for it. But for right now, I think we're good with this. I'm going to, again, try to go through all the film, mark up everybody so you have all the reps available with timestamps ready to go. That'll be on our Patreon page. And then, of course, we'll have the one-on-one stuff. And yeah, so feel free to leave some ideas, and on the videos that are public, let me know which player you'd like to see next, so I know who we want to see next. You know, I'll probably roll through the defensive guys on the defensive line first, or edge rusher group, then maybe the offensive tackles, maybe the interior offensive lineman, that sort of thing. But if you have a player request, let me know. So that's it. Nothing crazy, but we're just hoping to share as much as we can with you guys, because that makes it more fun. Why hide all this material when we can share it with you guys? So we can all have an actual informed, meaningful discussion, or we can all be wrong. But either way, we'll at least be informed and wrong. So that's it. So that's what we're doing. Let me know if that works for you guys. If it doesn't, oh well. All right, that's it. Take care, guys.